Association of Marriage and Family Therapists in San Diego, California. He's a member of the 2016-2018 Diversity Executive Leadership Program, otherwise known as DELP, and he's currently serving on ASAE's Ethics Committee. He's a founding board member of the American Arab, Middle Eastern, and North African Psychological Association. Now, you know, sometimes they give you notes to do this, and I would be no exception. I have a question for you. How many of you in the room are Harry Potter fans? Okay, so the following is going to mean something to you. I don't have a clue. Here we go. So, for all the Harry Potter fans out there, when Nabil originally thought of himself as Team Gryffindor, he's realized lately that he's more Slytherin. I love that, Slytherin. Even though I don't know what it is, I like it. Now, my research tells me, you know that's a fib, that Gryffindors are brave and chivalrous, while Slytherins are cunning and proud. I'm still not exactly sure what that means, but I can tell you this, Nabil is caring and he is insightful. His presentation is entitled, Everything I Need to Know About Being an Association Executive I Learned from My Brother with Autism. And with that, please welcome Nabil to the stage.
My brother Omar has autism, and most narratives about autism are very negative, and I'm tired of it. So I decided to think, what have I learned from Omar that I can use as an association executive? Now, Omar's been a part of my life, my entire life. He's 2 years younger than me. I've always been taking care of him. And in fact, he inspired me to get a PhD in clinical psychology and specialize in autism. Now, when I was a teenager, I was pretty embarrassed by him. But those feelings transformed into pride as I was able to notice and see his strengths and learn from them. And so this is a list of the lessons that I've learned from Omar. So the first is, look forward to going to work. Omar is ready 2 hours before the cab comes to pick him up. Now, I'm not that eager, but I definitely look forward to going to work every day. Lesson 2 is celebrate your success. So Omar, while he is bagging groceries, he talks to himself and he says, nice job, good, yes. And this ongoing narrative is very positive. It's nice to listen to. He really does this very nicely. I can celebrate my success. I was so thrilled when I earned my CAE, and I was dancing for joy for a week. That test is hard, and I was glad to get my life back after getting that presentation. Be as organized as possible. So this is a core symptom of autism. And look how neat he is. Look how perfectly sliced that chicken is. Look, every bowl has everything. He cleans up after himself. Great to cook with him. Now, I'm still working on organization. This is my weak spot, I freely admit it. I tried to Marie Kondo my office, but I threw away the policies manual because it didn't spark joy. Dress for success. So Omar loves to dress up, and here you can see our role model, our sharp-dressed dad, and notice that they're both wearing scarves because it's very chilly in San Diego. So I can clean up pretty well. I don't look as sharp as Omar, but my suits are going to waste in California because business casual in San Diego means pants and shirts with a sleeve. So I don't use suits very often. It's not all about work. So Omar has a hobby, and he collects airline flight magazines. So he's trained me and my friends to send him magazines every time we travel. And so he likes American Airlines, but he gets United because that's where I have status. My hobby is street art, and so if you've seen on the app, I love street art. It gives me a chance to explore cities, and it's a great conversation starter. And it's become part of my brand. So you can see all my pictures on Instagram, Dr. Nabil. People can change and grow. So when Omar was a kid, he was terrified of airplanes and airports. And I took advantage of it. When I was a teenager, if I didn't want him to follow me, I would say I was going to the airport, and he'd run away. Yes, I was a brother. But Omar changed. As an adult, he decided he wanted to fly. And he got over it, and we took him on a flight, and he has been flying ever since, and now you can see he's even taking photos like everyone else does. And I believe the same principle, that people can change and grow. I believe that every employee has the right to positive and constructive feedback and the tools necessary to address those growth areas. And my final lesson is to state your goal to the universe. So Omar has talked about going to Hawaii for 15 years. Every time I see him. And it was so much that when I tried out for Jeopardy 10 years ago, I said I would take him to Hawaii if I won the prize. And this January, I was able to make his dream come true. I took him to Hawaii, and I have never seen such big smiles on his face. He got to go to a luau where he learned how to hula, and he got laid, as you can see. My goal that I stated to the universe was that I wanted to become a CEO after my first ASE annual in 2016. I gave myself 2 years, and then I started studying, networking, studying for my CAE, and doing all the things I needed to do to get a job. And then, a year and a half later, I accomplished it. I became the executive director of the California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists in San Diego, and I get to see Omar now every weekend. What a great gift. So, my takeaway lesson is that everyone has strengths that can teach you something. And we can use those lessons to become better leaders and better association executives. I'm grateful to Omar for the lessons that he has taught me. Thank you.